feel like it's my toxic trait to put I could wear this forever.
Alexis Sunshine 83, it's always sunny here.
Hey Sunshiners, Alexis Sunshine 83 right here. So today's video, I am doing another ranking slash tier list video, but on aesthetic slash core slash fashion styles. And I have tried a lot of different aesthetics in the past. I used to do thrifted mystery box like aesthetic boxes. I've done it for like y2k, cottagecore, and then recently I've been going to the thrift store trying to find secondhand pieces that will transform me into, I guess, that aesthetic. And I really love making those videos, but there are some aesthetics that I have been wanting to talk about, but there's elements within it that I know I just like wouldn't like on me, and I've been trying to figure out how to implement them in a way where I can talk about them but not potentially through something that I am only gonna wear for that video. Or maybe with this ranking, I realize that there are some aesthetics that I do want to make a video on and like try out and that kind of thing. So I have about 25 different aesthetics I'm gonna be ranking today, obviously based on my own personal opinion, but of course if you disagree or maybe if I miss any aesthetics, definitely let me know in the comments right down below. But let's just get into it because there's 25 aesthetics to talk about. This video is gonna be long. Here is my tier list ranking. I'm gonna try to go through it fast-ish. I mean, come on, I love to ramble. Oh, I did just want to preface that I personally don't really follow any aesthetic like to a T, and I personally like to look at cores and aesthetics as more of just like a fun thing, like an inspiration type of thing. If you want to dress like head to toe in that particular aesthetic, then that is awesome. If you don't, that's also awesome. I think it can be really helpful if you're like, oh my gosh, I want to wear this style of clothing, but I don't know how to find it or specifically get inspiration. It is nice that technically it's like labeled as something like cottagecore or fairycore, especially on say like Depop and Poshmark. I am looking at it as like a positive. Obviously there are some negatives to it, and I think it can to an extent really like put you in a box. For me, I like to try them in that it gets me outside of my own box. Yeah, so the top tier is I could wear this forever. So this is like, I love it. The second one is I like elements in it. So maybe there's something in that aesthetic that actually does inspire my style, but not like everything. The middle is, I just kind of feel nothing. It's neutral. And then the next one is there's something that just isn't clicking with the aesthetic that just doesn't like feel like me, and I'm just not super into. And the bottom one is it's a no for me and my personal style. The first aesthetic I am going to be ranking is 2014 Tumblr aesthetic, or you could call it soft grunge. And I'm not gonna go too in depth into all of these aesthetics because there's so much like history, background, and just like information about the aesthetic that it would make this video way too long. A lot of them, like I said, I've already made videos on where I did kind of like a deep dive, so I will leave those linked down below. And I had done the 2014 Tumblr aesthetic recently, and I feel like it's my toxic trait to put I could wear this forever. I just love this style. I mean, there's elements in it that like I don't love, but I 100% could wear this head to toe and be completely happy. The American Apparel denim, I mean, maybe not the American Apparel pleated tennis skirt because I don't like really love that, but there are so many elements within this aesthetic that I do really like and that I think do implement into my style now. So this one has to be at the top. The next aesthetic is the art hoe aesthetic. So a lot of these aesthetics aren't necessarily like super recent, but I wanted to talk about them, and I feel like they still are obviously styles that you can follow. And I actually really like this type of aesthetic. It's very like kind of indie, bright. I feel like it has a lot of 90s inspiration into it. It does have a lot of yellow, and you'd be surprised that I don't wear a lot of yellow. I mean, my bag that I do use every single day is yellow, and it is one of the like very art hoe bag. So maybe I would put this in I could wear this forever, because I think I could. It is a little bit too colorful. I'm saying this as I'm wearing color, and I do wear a lot of color. So would this actually be on the top? I think I'm going to. Yeah, I really like this aesthetic. I feel like it still holds up. Since we're talking about bright colors, actually I recently asked on my Instagram for like outfit themes or themes to create outfits for, and like a lot of people just said clowncore. I don't know, to like have me create an outfit that's clowncore themed, and this is one of the aesthetics, and I really do like it in that it's like, it's just very fun. I personally do not like clowns. And so like that's the only thing. There's elements that I like in it, just in the like maximalist factor, but a lot of the very like bright rainbow colors, like I don't wear rainbow very often. I have like one rainbow sweater and I love it, but I don't really wear it super often. So I feel like I am gonna on it, because I feel like I would rather wear like, which we'll get into, the weird girl aesthetic versus like clowncore, just based on the color elements that I've seen. So I feel like I'm actually gonna put I feel nothing, but I do like this aesthetic. I just don't think I would feel good in the type of style. This one, I feel like when it first became an aesthetic, I was like, oh my gosh, I think I am really into this. But now that it's kind of like settled, I feel like there's just something that's not clicking, and it is the coastal grandma aesthetic. And during the summer, it was super fun. I feel like a lot of like linens, neutrals, and like stripes, very let's go on a yacht type of thing. And as much as I feel like it was fun when it kind of became popular in the summer, I don't think it's my style. And even though I like obviously wear denim, I have a like linen style button up, I truly just don't think it is me. I won't be putting it at the bottom just because it's not like I absolutely hate it or anything, or absolutely hate it on myself. I feel like there are still things that I wear that are kind of part of it, but I feel like it's gonna have to be there's just something about it that doesn't work. I have gone back and forth about doing a ballet core, like thrifting a ballet core aesthetic type of video, and I'm so conflicted. I've styled outfits that are similar in a ballet core, and I feel like I'm kind of good. I think the style definitely brings a lot of inspiration to me. I love pastels, soft colors, but when it comes to like ballet flats, leg warmers, even though I own some stuff that's sheer, it's like the specific sheer pieces of like ballet core that isn't super me. And then like boleros, I am gonna have to put it's a no for me and my style. Again, I don't hate it, but I don't think it's really me. Another one that I have put together an outfit for is Barbie core, and this one also kind of hurts because I think I'm gonna say it's a no for me and my style, because I think it's a little bit too much pink, and I love pink. I have put together head to toe like pink outfits, but I think realistically there's just a lot of elements within the aesthetic that's just not, it's like a little bit too much head to toe pink, and there's a lot of hot pinks in there, and I'm kind of more of a pastel pink person, but there's like this outfit definitely has pastel pink on it, but I think I'm gonna have to say it's a no for me. We have the coconut girl, and this one is going to be, it's a no for me and my style. I just feel like it's very like Roxy girl, if you know what I mean. It's like too beachy for me. I feel like a lot of the colors are very bright. There are some fun elements like little baby tees, but for this, I just like, it's gonna be a no. Another aesthetic that I personally did for a video is the downtown girl aesthetic. And when I did that video, I felt like I grew to appreciate the downtown girl aesthetic, and I will update you all that I did start Gilmore Girls. I don't know if I said it in the video, but I said on my Instagram that I'd never watched Gilmore Girls, and I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, but I'm putting a pause on it, and I think I'm gonna pick it back up during the fall time, because I feel like the fall time is the best time to watch Gilmore Girls, and there's just something about it that's like not clicking yet. I forgot what episode I ended on. It was like a couple of episodes. I definitely get it, like super cute, super just like calm, but I feel like I'll have to revisit it. In regards to the style, I think I will also have to say it's a no for me in my style. It's a little bit too muted, and there's just like certain elements that just really like aren't me. But you know what I do love? Cottagecore. Absolutely love it. I had done a video, I think at the beginning of 2021, where I had tried a cottagecore thrifted mystery box, and like, I mean, in that mystery box, I feel like I didn't necessarily get like perfectly cottagecore stuff, but it just, everything about it I love. I would love to wear this dress. I love the silhouettes of it, even though I don't perfectly like wear stuff that's part of the aesthetic. I think in general, I'm obsessed with it. I would love to wear just like a fun dress that I could run through a field of flowers in. So this one, yeah, 100%. Next, we have Dark Academia, and my Dark and Light Academia video, I'm pretty sure is like my most viewed, like trying an aesthetic video, and I had so much fun with that, and I grew to actually really like the style. It is slightly too preppy for me to wear, say, like head to toe, and it has a lot of browns, which I am recently starting to get into, like tans and browns. I feel like I like elements in it, but I don't think I would wear it like head to toe. Light Academia, which is more like lighter neutrals, like a tan, cream, that kind of thing, which I think I'm gonna put, there's something that just like isn't clicking, and it's more just like the creams. I'm only putting it there because I feel like Dark Academia in my mind is above Light Academia, but it's not that I don't feel anything for it. I just feel like I prefer the other one. Going back to one of the aesthetics I feel like was kind of the big like boom one, even though there were other ones kind of going on and before it. It's not like aesthetics just popped up in 2020, but I felt like this was a really big one that people talked about, which is e-girl. And it definitely was more of a like makeup look, but still fashion look, and it's all black. It's like, honestly, I don't even know exactly, mainly because I know it for the makeup style, but when I had searched for outfits, it was very similar to this, and I'm gonna say it's just a no for me and my style. It's a lot of like buckles, chains, maybe even like harnesses, and I think it's super cute, but just not me. Fairy core aesthetic, I feel like there weren't a lot of good photos I could find of it, but again, this was another one that I did a video on, and it's like foresty fairy style. And this outfit, I feel like really shows how much inspiration I actually got from fairycore when I had originally tried it. I feel like I have to say there are elements that I like in it because it did greatly inspire things that I've been into. I feel like the colors and some of the accessories aren't really me. It's very much a lot of draping. So I guess most of the elements don't actually work on me, but the tiered aspects, ooh, should I put it in there then? Because the only thing I like about it is that skirt that I've seen. Everything else I'm not like super into, just in these silhouettes for me. So maybe I'll say there's something about it that just isn't clicking, because I don't really want to say it's like at the bottom, because I think it's still fun and I totally would try it again, but I also don't feel nothing for it. I'm actually, yeah, I'm gonna put it down here, which isn't a bad thing, but I just feel like that makes more sense to how I feel about it. This is another photo that probably isn't that good, but it was really difficult to find photos that were different than fairycore, which is goblincore, and it's just like a darker style of fairycore, lots of deep greens and browns, again a lot of draping, a lot of like frayed draping, and this one I'm gonna say it's a no for me in my style. I think again the colors are just a little bit too muted for me. I don't think mall goth is like, I mean obviously I know that mall goth is not a new aesthetic, I did an entire video on it, but I feel like a lot of people recently talked about it a couple of months ago, and this one I'm kind of torn with because I feel like you'd be surprised that like I really like the mall goth aesthetic, or like just there's elements in it that I really like. I am so obsessed with platforms, like those chunky boots, ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. But there are some neons and like red plaid that I'm not super into. So I feel like I'm gonna say I feel nothing for it, but I do like it. But there's also a lot of elements that I don't like. It's really just the platform boots and like black that I really like. So I feel like I'm gonna say there's something that just isn't clicking for me. The aesthetic that actually inspired me to do this video is mermaidcore, because I originally was like, okay, maybe I'll go out and try to thrift mermaidcore type of things. And then when I was looking into the aesthetic, I was like, I don't like turquoise. I really don't like turquoise, and I feel like turquoise is like a big part of the mermaidcore aesthetic, and also like netting like cardigans. And there were just so many things with it that I was like, I would have to thrift to make the video, and I will never wear it again. And that's when I decided to make this video. And the thing is I think it's very cute, very, I mean, aquamarine when I was a kid and that movie came out. Are you kidding me? I think specifically the makeup I actually do really like, but the fashion just really is not my style, which makes me really sad because I feel like it would have been a really fun aesthetic to do, but I don't know how to do it without like having stuff that I'm never going to wear again. Maybe I could try to look in my closet and how I would create a mermaidcore outfit. Maybe I'll try to do a video where I style multiple aesthetics. So it's like I'm using what I already have and then don't have to like be trying to create multiple outfits in just one outfit. Maybe that's an idea. Ooh, I didn't realize how many were going to be a no. Oopsie daisy. Funny enough, another one that I will already say is a no, is the old money aesthetic. I think it was in the fall where people had commented that they would love to see like an old money aesthetic mystery box or like thrifting for that aesthetic, and it's just not me. It is not me. I don't know. I have like I don't have a weird relationship with preppy clothing, but sometimes I just feel off, which is funny because I love sweater vests. So I feel like I could create an old money outfit actually pretty easy. And maybe I will in the video that I talked about styling aesthetics, because I think I have all the elements to create the outfit and I've never put them together, like tan, like almost khakis together. I feel like I could create outfits, but it definitely is not something that I naturally go for. So I think I am going to say it's a no for me, but I think it's okay. Finally, one that I actually do like is Royal Core, Regency Core. Oh, oof, put me in the Sofia Coppola Marie Antoinette and I would be so happy. Are you kidding me? That is like, oh, everything about this aesthetic I absolutely love, and I am gonna have to put it at the top. Yeah, 100%. I would rock this every day. I don't know if this would necessarily be like a fashion aesthetic, but I'm just gonna say that it is, which is the that girl aesthetic. Obviously, it had way more to do with like your lifestyle and what you do with your life, but I feel like it was very much basics focused when it comes to the fashion. So just like a white t-shirt, jeans, maybe like Uggs, and workout wear, and maybe Pilates. I feel like this is the biggest one that was potentially the most toxic in a lot of like stuff about it. And I'm somebody that wakes up at 6 a.m. every single day and actually does, not that I'm trying to like toot my own horn that I am that girl, because I'm not that girl. I do some of the things that they do, but not in a toxic way. But yeah, it's gonna be a no for me, even though obviously I think people getting up early is awesome. Green juices, absolutely not. I love veggies, but like green juices are not good. They are not good. And I mean, if you love them, you love them, but I think the idea of an aesthetic like pushing for you to drink green juice every day, no. Even though there's fashion elements within it that is my style, I think just it as its own like style and element and like what it actually is, or what, I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to get across. It's a no. It's a no for me. Another oldie but goodie, or I guess goodie, is the Visco girl. And what a time. I'm gonna have to say it's a no for me, even though I love my Hydro Flask and I feel like that's very like Visco girl. I just feel like there's a lot of it that just really isn't me. Now, I talked about the weird girl aesthetic with clowncore, but I feel like the weird girl aesthetic is maximalist, like on high. It is, there are no rules. There's like, you can do anything and everything. And I'm gonna say I like elements in it because I don't know if I could wear head to toe in the like weird girl aesthetic. I just feel like it wouldn't really feel like me, but there's so many elements in it. The number one of just like throwing a bunch of stuff and like different patterns together, I think that's so fun. And I would love to try it out more, honestly. I've seen it with pastels, I've seen it with brighter colors. Again, you can do whatever you want with it, and I love that. Probably one of my favorite aesthetics that I've ever tried is the whimsy goth aesthetic. I love it. There definitely are like some color elements that I'm not like fully like in love with naturally, but there's so many styles in this aesthetic that I've seen, so many outfits, so many just like, I love it, and I 100% would wear it head to toe every single day. I have to include Y2K in there, and I think we all know the answer, even though I don't have honestly any room at the bottom anymore. I'm gonna put it's a no for me in my style. I mean, low rise, what's the other stuff that has to do with Y2K? It's just not me. I feel like I've tried some elements within it and I just know it's just not me. I don't know what it is about like Y2K style that I don't love, because I love 90s fashion so much, but there's something just like the bling aspect of Y2K that I just don't like super love, even though I love like royal core, and I guess it has some like bling to it, but I mean, obviously royal core and Y2K is very different, so I don't even know why I'm comparing them, but yeah, putting it at the bottom. I don't know if this is necessarily considered an aesthetic, but I had seen some people talk about it like on TikTok, which is avant basics, and I'm just gonna call it the avant basics aesthetic, but also I feel like it's 2020, 2021 fashion. In 10 years, I feel like we're gonna look at pieces like this and be like, oh my God, that's so 2020 fashion, or like 2020 avant basics aesthetic. Kind of how we look at 2014 Tumblr aesthetic. I feel like it's gonna be the same thing because the fashion was so specific. And what's so funny is during that time, I felt so like inspired by fashion, so excited about fashion, and just to see the downfall of it has been kind of heartbreaking. And there's definitely patterns and styles that are not me, and even some that I tried during that time that was not me. And I think there has been a lot of negatives with it when it comes to micro trends. I feel like it really sparked the conversation of micro trends because it was insane. And obviously with the House of Sunny green dress, and I feel like it's maybe surprising, but I do really like a lot of elements with it. I mean, I feel like you could even classify this cardigan as like an avant basics. I love checkered print, cow print, those two absolutely in love with, and it's because they were like a trend at that time that I tried them and now have continued to fall in love with them, even though I feel like a lot of people will say that they are outdated. I'm gonna say I like elements of it because I think a lot of the stuff I'm not really into, but most of the stuff I am into, if that makes sense. The last aesthetic that I'm going to be ranking is coquette, I think I'm saying that right, and it very much reminds me of like silky, satiny, fancy, definitely bows, kind of similar to ballet core, Lana Del Rey. I wouldn't say it's difficult because I feel like I don't really wear it like naturally head to toe, but I do feel like I like it. But then there's some elements that I do like in it. I don't know. I really can't decide where I'm going to put it. I feel like I'm gonna say I feel nothing in that, like, I think it just exists and I think it's fun. I feel like there are a lot of like frills and fun stuff within it that technically I own. So I could definitely create outfits like this, like my pink baby doll like nightgown dress that I recently thrifted in my last video. I feel like could be styled very much like coquette. So I think I'm gonna say I like elements in it. Yeah, I feel good with that because I think there definitely are some elements of it that I like, which is what I just said. All right, this is my ultimate aesthetic core ranking. Obviously, again, this is about my personal style and this is all in good fun, but I truly just want to talk about aesthetics as well and styles, again, just for fun. And again, I think there can be some toxic sides of aesthetics, but I personally just try to look at them, like I already said, in a fun way and an inspiration way, and not like follow it 100% to a T, and also feel like I have to because it is trendy. And I'm sure there will be more aesthetics to come. It is hilarious how people basically just take anything and put core at the end of it, and it's like, oh my god, this is an aesthetic. And I think to an extent we've gone too far sometimes, but also I'm like, why not? And yeah, thank you all so much for watching. If you would like to see my face again, then make sure to subscribe right down below and hit the little bell to be notified every time I make a new video. And also don't forget to follow me on Instagram, which is AlexSunshine83. I will see you in my next video, and I hope you have a super sunny day. Bye!